In the premises of the Department of Arts and Culture, an arm of Kano State Ministry of Tourism, a scene similar to that of an average family preparing for a baby's naming ceremony. The food preparation is reenacted. A typical dish for such an occasion would be punkaso with meal taushe, which is fried wheat with a special vegetable soup. The ingredients include spinach, cleaned and sliced, pumpkin, boiled and mashed, as well as other ingredients which nutritional value have been considered.
Groundnut has a lot of protein in it and fat, and also pumpkin is a vegetable. So and we also add some spinach and sorrel's leaves to the soup. Drop it into the oil. Yes.
Just as the soup is being prepared, the wheat which has been made into paste is fried with the use of a calabash, which is for smoothing.
In the olden days, our great parents, they use yogurt, that is nonu, the milk, the cow milk. When it is, it's sour, it have a sour taste. So they use and mix it together with the nono. But nowadays we use yeast and baking powder to make it rise well.
To complement the meal, sorrel flour drink, the common zobo drink. In this case, cinnamon powder, lemongrass and other spices are added for taste. The complete dish is served in a communal setting where all guests and family members have gathered to consume the nutritional meal. One wonders how often such traditional dishes are cooked.
There are traditional restaurants where they sell traditional foods. But even though there are some modern restaurants whereby you have continental dishes, you have traditional dishes, you can find such kind of food. And people are now resorting to traditional foods because of their nature, their hygienic condition and their nutritional values.
And so for generations, Nigerians have been eating not just for survival, but for staying healthy. Every ingredient that is added to the pot of soup brings its own nutritional value, unlike most of what is being consumed today. And it is, of course, a lesson which we can learn from. I'm Ini Thompson reporting for Channels Television News.
Many thanks for staying with us. You're watching News Track on Channels Television. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. These are the stories and reports that we're tracking at this hour. 5 suspected terrorists and 2 operators of the Joint Task Force, the JTF, have been confirmed dead following a raid carried out by the JTF at the Hotoro Quarters and Brigade General areas in Kano State, northwest Nigeria. Confirming the incident to Channels Television, the JTF spokesperson, Captain Ikejichi Iweha, said the team of the JTF stormed the 2 places in the early hours of today, Saturday, resulting in a shootout which claimed 7 lives. He added that the alleged terrorists were in the process of finalizing plans to carry out simultaneous suicide attacks in Abuja and Kano. Captain Iweha called on residents to continue to cooperate with security agencies and report any suspicious individuals to the relevant authorities. The Center for Values and Leadership has urged Nigerian youth to get involved in governance and stop blaming the woes of the country on past generations. As part of the center's tradition of mentoring young Nigerians in value and leadership skills, it brought the director of the African Studies at the Johns Hopkins University in the USA, Professor Peter Lewis, to encourage a group of youth from across the country.
Nice to have a champion, somebody of strong character, perhaps charismatic, who can lead a reform process and bring together different interests to try and move a situation forward or move the country forward. But it can't be down to one person. It can't be down to one personality. The most effective developmental leaders are the leaders that convene and bring together different interests, technocratic interests, different organizations, different stakeholders to try and work together toward a solution. Institutions matter. When the leader departs the scene, maybe voted out of office, maybe moving on to some other thing, you want to have some sustainability. And if you have a strong coalition and a strong constituency for that reform and strong institutions to support that reform, then the chances of longevity are much greater.
It is important to know that nobody gives power to a generation, you take it. You think of Steve Biko. People forget that the Black consciousness movement led by people like Steve Biko, these were people who were in their 20s and that saved their country. The youth of Nigeria must stop talking about the people who have damaged Nigeria and take their country back and make it what they desire it to be.
The Police Service Commission guidelines for the conduct of police officers during elections stipulate the maintenance of peace and security to enable voters exercise their franchise without fear of coercion, violence, or even manipulation. It is in the light of this that a civil society organization, in conjunction with the Department of Foreign and International Development, the DFID, brought together the regional police officers in Anambra State to brainstorm on policing elections.
From the 3 area commands and 26 police divisions in Anambra State, divisional police officers gathered to be a part of a workshop on the role and responsibility of the police in ensuring free and fair elections ahead of the November 16th polls in the state. The forum, organized by a non-governmental organization in collaboration with British agency DFID, aims to promote public safety, security, and ensure that the police play a significant role in the area of accountability and responsibility for the citizens.
We seize the opportunity to engage with Nigerian Police Force, which is the leading institution on security, and also other sister agencies to discuss election security, to identify challenges and to find ways of dealing with them.
The organizers hope that the elections will be free of violence and election malpractices. Anambra State Deputy Commissioner of Police commended the organizers of the program and assured them of a free and fair election.
We are going to absolutely beef our manpower. We expect the best security arrangements for this election. Elections, like you know, in Nigeria are very critical points. They often come with a lot of challenges, a lot of political tension, and sometimes some level of violence. We have seen it in the general elections, and we have seen it in the staggered elections in different states. Every election is organized within a particular context. So you look at that context, you look at the issues that would put pressure on security within that particular environment, and you try to develop proactive strategies to deal with them.
With such an exercise, the public will be hoping for an effective